Hello everyone, it is Amanda again, and this is my first ever voiceover and recipe tutorial. So the complete information will be below. This is going to go pretty quickly, but the modifications of this versatile salad recipe will also be listed below, and general calorie information. So this is one of my favorite lunch items to bring because it is so versatile. We're going to start with all of these fabulous ingredients, and I will do a few of the modifications as we go along, but most will be below. We're going to start with a full container of grape tomatoes, which I like to dice in half. You can cut these however you feel fit. This is just my favorite way to eat them. Next, we have the sweet peppers. We used about 2/3 of the container that you saw at the beginning. Like I said, the full information of the recipe will be below. We're going to start by de-stemming and de-seeding the peppers, and while we're de-seeding, we're going to try to take special care to pull out the ridges that you have inside the pepper. That is located, you can see right here. So those can impart a bitter taste to the dish, which we don't want. If any of them don't pull out really easily by hand, I just use a spoon really quickly and pull them out with a spoon. This cleans out the inside of the pepper. If a few seeds get into the dish, it's not a big deal. I then cut this into little slices. You can cut them or dice them however you feel fit. Next, we have an onion, which we are going to cut into very thin slices. This is just the personal preference I have. I think it's very pretty too. We're going to de-skin this and get it ready for the mandolin. Do not use the mandolin the way that I am. I forgot in the last move the attachment that you're supposed to use it to slice vegetables with. So I'm doing this in a very unsafe manner, but it gets the job done. So don't use this item the way that I am here. But I do like the thin, very thin ribbons of onion that this gives. So we're gonna slice about 2/3 of this onion. This was a little bit too much. It wasn't a very pungent onion, so I thought I'd use a little more than normal, but that ended up not being a great decision the next day. So about half an onion is what I normally use, and as you can see, it gives these beautiful little ribbons of onion. We're gonna use a teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, Italian herbs. You can use fresh herbs. This is just what I had. Next, we have a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I do prefer the powder over fresh garlic because it gets too pungent over time. I use truffle salt here, a 1/4 teaspoon again. Salt to taste. I think this is, in the grand scheme of things, is a very small amount of salt, but use it to taste. Next is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, or 1 whole fresh lemon. I didn't have fresh lemons this time, so I just used the concentrated juice. Next is olive oil. I do like infused olive oils. I've used the lemon, garlic, herb blends. I just like the extra flavor that it gives the dish. Use whichever oil you prefer. Olive oil information will be listed below. Add the lemon juice after the oil. I typically use that just to get the last bits of oil out of the container. Blend well. You can spice this up a bit by adding crushed red pepper or cayenne pepper. I like the extra spice, but I'm a big weenie, so I didn't add very much, and I didn't include the amount because it's an 1/8 or a 1/16 of a teaspoon. It's really just a sprinkle. You could add sriracha at this step as well. That would be extra calories that are not included. Pour this over the pre-sliced vegetables. This doesn't look like a lot of liquid, but trust me, this will work out great by the next day. Next, we add fat-free feta. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. I do use the fat-free just because it's about half the amount of calories. We're gonna use 2 ounces here, and I measured this by weight. You can see that here. Next, I like to mix with my hands. So I mix everything together and we're left with this beautiful dish. So this makes approximately 8 cups. I typically eat 1.5 cups at a time, and I'll have the calorie information below. Remember, if you modify the recipe, to modify the calories as well. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. Bye.